for the only fitting thing. They won't take it from you.
Good afternoon. I'm Dave Williams, principal of Belmont High School, and I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all of the family, friends, and community members who came out this afternoon to help us celebrate the graduation of the class of 2018. As we begin our ceremony, we would first like to recognize our seniors who have enlisted in the military. First, Air Force recruits Jordan LaValle and Ian Reminar. And Army recruit Brett Lima. Now please rise as our seniors lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I can't quite describe how proud I am to serve as principal to the young men and women who sit before you today. During the course of the last 2 years, I've had the chance to get to know each of them. We've laughed together, we've persevered through some challenging times. I think it's truly rare to find a group of young people who collectively have such strong values, motivation, and who so passionately pursue their interests. So those of you who had the opportunity to visit us on Thursday evening for class night had the chance to learn about their impressive academic achievements. But this group of students also has many fine artists, accomplished athletes, and outstanding musicians. I think these are really people that at a young age are already beginning to learn to courageously pursue the endeavors that they are most passionate about. So, to the class of 2018, in the words of Bruce Springsteen, your future is now. So roll up your sleeves and let your passion flow. My parting advice is to follow your dreams relentlessly and pursue the things in life that you are truly passionate about. Your future will be exactly what you make of it, and the power you have to shape it is absolutely unlimited. So believe in your dreams and let your passion flow with reckless abandon. In closing, I'd like to thank each and every one of the students on this stage for helping to make Belmont High School such a wonderful place. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Congratulations. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Associate Principal Chris Tebow, who will be presenting our senior awards.
Good afternoon. I will now present 3 school-wide awards given annually to students who have made outstanding contributions in the areas of service, leadership, and citizenship to the Belmont High School community. The Reverend Fitzpatrick Memorial Award. The Reverend F.W. Fitzpatrick Memorial Award, first presented at commencement in June of 1954, is given annually to a member of the graduating class of Belmont High School who has shown outstanding qualities of citizenship during the last 4 years. The recipient of the award will exhibit the following characteristics: dependability, consideration for others, leadership, and patriotism. This year's recipient of the Reverend F.W. Fitzpatrick Memorial Award is Jacob Bowser. The Kenneth F. Muzzy Award. Belmont High School, now in its 91st graduation year, has a tradition of honoring the graduating seniors who have made outstanding contributions to the community through citizenship, service, and spirit. This year's recipient of the Kenneth F. Muzzy Award is Connor Jackson. The Roland S. Kimball Award. The Roland S. Kimball Award is one of the most prized awards given at graduation. This award is given in the memory of a former leading citizen of Belmont who gave so unselfishly of himself for the betterment of his community. It is awarded each year to the best all-around student of the graduating class based on scholarship, dependability, participation in activities for the betterment of the school. This year's recipient of the Roland S. Kimball Award is River Matthew.
Thank you, Mr. Tebow. At this time, I would like to introduce our senior class advisors, Megan Beauchene and Michael Foley.
Before I begin,
in 2014, this class began their journey as freshmen, and I began my journey as a teacher at Belmont High School. I have watched these students grow over the past 4 years, and I appreciate the opportunity to have served as their class advisor. Thank you, Laura LaValle, Michael Foley, and our class officers for collaborating with me to lead the class of 2018. Einstein said, "Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that's counted truly counts." Society likes to count things that add up neatly on paper. Their grades look really good on a transcript. Their diplomas will look really good in a frame on the wall. With all of you here today, I want to take time to recognize the things that can't be so easily counted, the things that truly count. This is a class of individuals. They reject certain social norms, expectations, and barriers in order to pursue what will make them feel happy and fulfilled. They are close observers who learn from the experiences of others and determine for themselves how they will live their lives. For the first time in a long time, our tradition at Prom March was changed. They helped put in place a more democratic process during which students would be recognized for their commitment to the community. Based on their values, they were able to set new standards for our prom court and a new tradition that was implemented for the second time this year. This is a group of students who step outside of their comfort zones. Whether it's to nail a poetry recitation of Buffalo Bill or to explore Times Square for the first time, they don't let their fears and inhibitions keep them from what they want to accomplish. This is a class of students who have empathy and compassion for others. I'll never forget the 2 students who came to me with a brilliant idea for a horror story, but wanted to make sure it wouldn't be too scary for me before they wrote it. Or the student who gave up his spot in the tug of war for a student who was perhaps not as strong, but really wanted to participate. Or the students who dedicated their work for senior project to raising money for animals who survived hurricanes, people who are living with cancer, or community members without a home. This is a class of students who are motivated to go above and beyond in order to reach what they consider to be success. And sometimes that took them far beyond the four walls of the classroom. For example, one student wanted a wider audience than his English teacher for his narrative and published his work in Teen Inc., a national magazine. Some students didn't want to just stay on the ground like the rest of us. One student got his hang glider license at 16, another joined the Air Force to pursue a childhood dream. For Winter Carnival, our lip sync group wouldn't settle for anything mediocre. They arrived at school early and stayed at school late in order to create a lip sync that would make them 3-time champions. Lastly, this is a group of students who are resilient. They have faced challenging times both personally and academically, but they are sitting here today as strong as ever. I don't know what it's like to walk the halls of VHS without the positivity that this class brings to our community. This group really helped to shed light on what truly counts in high school and what truly counts in life.
I promise I'm going to be brief. Honestly. It's Sunday, it's graduation, and I wanted to quickly take this moment to welcome all of the dads that are in the crowd. If you are a father, if you are a grandfather, if you are a stepdad, if you are a mom acting as the only dad, you know who you are. Thank you. To the class of 2018, I just want to, it's super difficult to talk about a specific individual in this class, and I have to talk about this one gentleman simply because I think I told him a long time ago that I would have the last word, and this is my last word. So to Devin, there you are. I thank you for your commitment to Belmont High School, your commitment to athletics, your commitment to always wanting to raise the bar. You've made my job as a soccer coach somewhat easier by your ability to film everything under the sun, even though I'm critical about where you do put those cameras in the goals, but that's for another day. I wish you the best. You've been a blast to hang out with. I'm sure we will throw things at each other when this is all said and done. But again, Devin, thank you so much for all you've done. And with that, thank you.
Thank you. At this time, I'm proud to introduce this year's salutatorian. He's graduating from Belmont High School with a 103.3 grade point average, and he will be attending Rensselaer Polytech Institute in Troy, New York, studying aeronautical engineering. Please welcome Caleb Brown.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming to celebrate with us as we graduate from high school. It is very meaningful to have family, friends, and faculty with us here today. When I first began writing this speech, I was unsure of what I would say. After all, nearly everyone here has just as much life experience as myself, if not more. This meant that trying to impart some wisdom of my own was not really an option. Rather, I thought it may be best to convey the philosophies of great thinkers across past centuries as they tried to discover what would make for a happy and meaningful life. First, I'll begin with Aristotle. Aristotle focused on the idea of everything in life being a means to an end. In one of his major works, Nicomachean Ethics, he wrote, "The final end of all means is that which is always desirable in itself, and never for the sake of something else." The only ideal to match this definition, he claimed, is happiness. At this point, it's important to note that Aristotle, in addition to being a philosopher, also studied in the field of biology. It was because of this influence that he concluded humans are unique in their ability to reason. Thus, the best means for reaching a happiness was rational thought, expressed through virtue. Another philosopher that I'll briefly speak of, Epicurus, placed a similar emphasis on happiness, but didn't necessarily agree with Aristotle over how it may be obtained. Rather than pursuing a virtuous living, Epicurus suggested the best way to be happy is to pursue basic desires. Through satisfying these, one is able to relieve pain and want, becoming happy and fulfilled. However, in regard to this idea, Epicurus made an important distinction between two types of desire. He argued that there is necessary desire and unnecessary desire. The former includes that which is needed to relieve pain. The latter, on the other hand, arises from want of luxury, which he claimed only leads to more pain. In ensuring that one could always satisfy their necessary desires, friendship was key, as it would ensure a consistency and security throughout one's life. The last philosopher that I'll speak of, Abraham Maslow, is slightly more modern. Working as a psychologist and dealing with the topic of human nature, Maslow put forth his well-known hierarchy of needs. This hierarchy of needs is best represented by a pyramid, where each level, starting at the bottom and working towards the top, is physiological need, safety, love and belonging, esteem, and finally, self-actualization. This stands in stark contrast with the ideas of the aforementioned philosophers, as Aristotle placed a comparatively greater emphasis on self-actualization, while the idea of safety and physiological need were the only components to the philosophy of Epicurus. It is in this contrast that my own message arises. These philosophers have been some of the greatest thinkers of the past 3 millennia, but still, they were hardly able to agree on how one can live a happy and meaningful life. Perhaps this is because there is no one correct way to do so. We all have lived different lives, have varying backgrounds, and divergent futures. Nevertheless, it is in our human nature to find meaning and happiness. It is only a matter of discovering and walking our own path of doing so. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce a young man who serves as both our student body president as well as this year's valedictorian. He's graduating from Belmont High School with a 103.5 grade point average, and he will be attending Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut, studying political science. Please welcome Nicholas Randos.
Good afternoon. When I realized I'd be speaking in front of you today, I did what had to be done. I Googled it. I wanted to get a good sense of what separates a great speech from, well, snoozer. As I looked through their selection, I found many interesting videos. One guy solved the Rubik's Cube during his speech and used it as a metaphor for all 4 years of high school. Well, I've never touched a Rubik's Cube in my life, and I still haven't managed to do 2 things at once. So I thought, there's gotta be something I'm good at. Needless to say, I found another video. In a different speech, the speaker related the college process to an agonizing marriage proposal. Now that's a metaphor I can get behind. As I went through these videos, I reflected on how I was feeling about my own speech. I was afraid. The thing is, I wasn't scared of giving a speech. What I realized is I was afraid of something else. For the first time in the last 4 years, I was scared of my future. Many of us have been guilty of looking forward to college and what lies ahead, instead of staying in the moment. On my worst days, I would use the future as a rallying call to finish my last math problem, or to stay up a little longer to finish a paper. And yes, for those who know me, staying up late on school night is 9 o'clock. But that's another story for another time. The thing is, I realized I wasn't able to conceptualize what life outside of high school would be like. I was apprehensive about leaving behind the only place I'd known for the last 4 years. Most of all, I was sad to know that I wouldn't be seeing my friends, mentors, and mom on a daily basis anymore. But don't worry, I mandated that my mom needs to learn how to use FaceTime, because I'm going to miss seeing her way too much. Knowing I have access to this technology helps to calm my worries. We live in a time that is rife with communication and quests for information. As we become more and more plugged in, we've sought more and more information and invested more and more into our social media accounts. As a result, cell phones in many ways have shaped our identity. It is through this identity that we will all have to decide how much of our high school self we keep. But we can find comfort in knowing that the goodbyes today are less final, thanks to texting, Snapchat, and of course, Facebook. But while we use this instant communication to maintain relationships, they can also put us under an immense amount of pressure. Each morning, when we unplug our phone from its charger, we plug ourselves into a reality filled with societal expectations. A reality that tells us, in order to be happy, we must constantly surround ourselves with people, ignore our mental health, and strive for an unrealistic body image. These standards are only reinforced by social media. We constantly see images of our friends, family, and role models doing fun things like celebrating or going to a party. Please know that this isn't an attack on social media. What I am merely pointing out is how easy it is to compare ourselves to other people and then to feel bad about our own lives. Well, here's a newsflash you don't necessarily see coming across your device. Being yourself takes courage, and showing this is powerful. We must abandon any fear of expressing a voice that may be different from societal expectations, whether it be online or in person. This voice, our true voice, is the voice of change. We must remember this as we embark on our new journey. Having the distinct pleasure of learning with you all these past 4 years, I know firsthand that each one of you possesses a unique voice that cannot be silenced. Only you control its volume. I have no doubt that you will all use your voice to make this world a better, safer, and more understanding place. And nearly everyone in our future will also be carrying their own phone, their own identity that they have worked to craft and worked to protect. They too are facing similar pressures we feel both internally and externally. We must all work to remember this and to see the best in people. This empathy is contagious, and I can only hope that one day it becomes the world's next healthy epidemic. Before I conclude my speech, I want to take some time to thank all of those who have helped us along the way. To our teachers, thank you so much for all you have done to support us, and for putting up with my constant questioning. To everyone who came to support us today, thank you so much for making the trip. Looking out and seeing your faces makes graduation all the more memorable, and all the more special to us. I would also like to thank my classmates for being the amazing people that they are today. From our first homecoming dance to our junior prom and to our long-awaited Winter Carnival victory, you all made high school so special. And last, but certainly not least, to my biggest supporter, my mom. We made it. From my eyebrows to my stubbornness, I am all that I am because of you. With your kindness, your sense of humor, and everything that you've sacrificed for me, I know what unconditional love truly looks like. And I am forever grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. At this time, I'd like to call forward senior members of our band as they join the ensemble one final time in their high school career. And thank you, Mrs. Fontaine and our band members. Outstanding performance. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for the afternoon, Mr. Alan Sheehy. I did not do well in high school. I know, it's not the best way to start off a high school graduation speech, but it's true, I did not do well. Academically, that is. I did, however, learn quite a bit in high school. And now, while I realize these may seem like contradictory statements, stay with me, it's essentially the essence of my speech. So, as I began researching how do you write a graduation speech, I discovered that all I need to do is make everyone here laugh, and then make everyone here cry, and do it while telling personal stories about these students and giving some kind of profound, deep advice for the future. Well, this got me thinking about my own high school graduation. And we had a speaker, and they definitely told personal and individual stories about some of the students. And I remember my graduation day, sitting there in my cap and gown, waiting with anticipation to hear my name said, to hear a story told about me. It did not happen. I was a slacker. They did not tell a story about me. But still, I kind of felt like, school isn't just academics, and perhaps there could have been a story worth telling. So, with that in mind, I've decided that today I will tell a personal and individualized story about each and every one of our 100 graduates. I'm just kidding. No. I would fear for my personal safety if I attempted to do that. So instead, I've decided that we should talk about the lessons learned in high school, the lessons we learned from these stories, because each of us has our own unique high school experience, and each of us learns our own lessons. So to start with, if you were the student who dived into everything, joined all the clubs, did band or sport, well, then you certainly gained strong social skills and you understand the value of collaboration and teamwork. But there's something else you learned. You learned to work alongside someone that you hate. Because, let's be honest, we do not unconditionally love every member of our team or every band member that we're performing along with. But we still do it. With this person that we may even despise, we go on to do or to create amazing things. This is truly spectacular. And this is something that if this is you, make sure you never lose, because you will need it for the rest of your life. Now, if you tried hard in high school, but you just failed to get the grades that you really wanted, well, then you've learned the pain of failure. It sucks. But as you're on stage here today graduating, clearly you passed that failure and you succeeded. In the future, when you fail, as we all do, you'll just pick yourself back up, knowing that failure is not the end, but really
an opportunity to grow. Now, if you did nothing in high school, if you did not join band or any clubs, you were not an athlete, you did not perform particularly well in classes, and you weren't super social, you just wanted to go home each day and play video games, well then, you did you. You didn't let the world change you. You accepted who you are, and this is something of which you should be very proud. Many people have a hard time discovering who they are, but that's not you. And in a world where most of us just fall in line, you choose your own path. So well done. If you had a hard time in high school, if every day was a challenge, and you just had to struggle to get through, then the past 4 years may have been a hell for you. But, as this is your graduation day, it is time for you to acknowledge your power, because you have walked through fire. You have become resilient and strong. The world can no longer touch you. It can't hurt you because you have survived high school. If you were the slacker type who did the bare minimum to get by and spent most of each class simply chatting with your friends, well, then you discovered that sometimes in life you do not need to put in 100% because here you are graduating. You have learned that you can hammer through the work that he's doing and save time for the things that you enjoy. This one does come with some consequences, however, as you may not be mentioned in a graduation speech. If you are happy, had lots of friends, and loved school and genuinely had the time of your life here, then you had the time of your life here. And that is magical. This will only happen to you once in your life, but it will stay with you forever. And when times get hard, remember to use it as a guiding light. Now, some of you probably learned a few of these lessons, while others of you learned completely different lessons. For each of you had your own high school experience, but never doubt how much that experience has taught you. The students, however, aren't the only ones who learn in high school. I discovered that we teachers also learn just as much as the students, and we learn it from the students. I began teaching here 3 years ago when our graduates were merely sophomores. I was a super green teacher who was constantly paranoid of being fired. I was terrified to come to work each day. It was really hard. But then as time went on, it got a little easier. And then as more time went on, it actually became fun. And now, today, I love coming to school each day. And it is entirely thanks to the students sitting behind me. They taught me how to be a proud, confident teacher. I used to fear the administration visiting my classroom. Anytime the principal would pop in for a visit, after he left, my students would turn to me and say, Mr. Sheehy, why do you get so awkward and weird whenever the principal walks in? To which I would quickly say, that doesn't happen. I don't get awkward and weird. That's not a thing. Of course, they were right. I got terribly awkward and weird. I was paranoid about being fired. But my students called me out for this, publicly. And there is no better way to face your fears than being called out publicly by teenagers. They told me I was a good teacher, who always planned lessons and did exactly what was expected of me. They infused me with confidence. They made me proud to be a teacher. And now, today, I'm ready to say, hey, Mr. Williams, come into my classroom. I ain't scared. And if you did come in at an unfortunate time, like when the class is devolving into chaos, or when we're way off topic talking about Star Wars or Harry Potter, or playing Cosmic Wipeout, well, then you win some and you lose some. But if you live to fight another day.
Yeah, Owen!
This is something I regularly say to them. But they made me believe it. Somewhere. Hold on, I'm here somewhere. Teenagers are full of exploding emotions. We all know this. They will be weeping one moment and then laughing hysterically with their friend the next. Sometimes as adults we judge them for this. But these emotions, they give them strength. They make them strong. And these students here today, they shared that strength with me. My students have taught me to be confident and encouraged me to face new challenges, like standing up to freshmen. They taught me not to give in too easily. They taught me that things like preparation, it means nothing. It means nothing without that emotion. It means nothing without passion. It means nothing without confidence and courage. I am here today because of these students behind me and because of a faith they have placed in me. It has been such an honor to be asked to do this today. It really means the world to me. And I guess they've also taught me how to deliver a graduation speech. I really can't express how much these people have taught me how to be a better person. And how forever, I will always remember them and everything they taught me, and how amazing they are, and how each and every one of them really does deserve to hear a story, or at least their name said here today. With that, I would just like to conclude by saying thank you and congratulations to the class of Abby and Amber and Adam, Anna, Lexi, Alyssa, Antonio, Brett, Brendan, Brandon, Brian Silver, Brian Slater, Brian Tony, Brianna Berry, Brianna Lucia, B, Caleb, Calvin, Catherine, Chloe, Cody, Colby, Connor Jackson, Connor Gagnon, David McClure, David Stores, Destiny, Dunia, Dylan, Ellis, Emily Reed, Emily Truman, Emily Pasha, Emily Elliott Lucas, Frank, Grace, Ian, H, Harrison, Hunter, Jacob Bowser, Jacob Blackie, Jacob Sargent, Jamie, Jason, Jeff, Jesse, Jess, John, Jordan LaValle, Jordan Sargent, Josh, Casey, Caleb, Caitlin, Katie, Keegan, Kyle, Laura, Lauren, Maddie, Maeve, Mark, Mary, Matt Pluskus, Matt Domi, Ender, Meg, Michael, Miles, Kingslayer, Nathan Bishop, Nathan, Nick Randoms, Nick Sweeney, Noah, Owen, Rachel, River, Riley, Rod, Robbie, Russell, Ryan, Steve, Sean, Sydney, Tanner, Taylor Murray, Taylor Harrison, Tom, Timmy, Amu, Vincent, Wyatt, Willow, Josie, Zoe, and Devin. and every one of them. I say thank you for making me a better teacher. Thank you.
And at this time, it's the moment we have all been waiting for, presentation of diplomas. I'd like to call Superintendent Tercy and School Board President Bob Reed to help us with the presentations. And Lisa Ransom, Director of School Counseling, will be reading the names.
Jessica Sarah Hutchinson. Jessica Maria Dion. Brianna Elizabeth Berry. Rachel Ann Violet. Alexis Marie Sheehan Day. Abigail Kamari. Grace Tori Shaw. Josephine Ann Scarponi. Vincent Edward Fleck. Jacob Emmett Bowser. Thomas William Perry. H. Calvin LaValle. Harrison Hunter Parent. Graduating with the Diploma of Distinction, River Daniel Raymond Matthew. Graduating with the Diploma of Distinction, Caleb Daniel Brown. Graduating with the Diploma of Distinction, Nicholas David Randles. Amber Christina LeMay. Emily Michaela Elliott Lucas. Emily Marie Vashon. Laura Lillian Davies. Sydney Lynn Shepard. Brianna Jean White. Brianna Margaret Lucia. Megan Elizabeth Wong. Russell James Hall. Brendan Mitchell Beadle. Jeffrey Daniel Hutchins. Brian Joseph Trottier. David McClure. Miles Evan DeFosi. Joshua Brian Gardner. Graduating with the Diploma of Distinction, Connor Harry Jackson. Alyssa Marie Bernier. Catherine Louise Phillips. Lauren Christie Burbank. Taylor Marie Murray. Madeline Rose Basha. Chloe Marie Sautak. Zoe Rose McCarthy. Casey Marie DiGnato. Hunter Joseph Dupuy. Nathan Gregory Bishop. Jacob Dylan Sargent. Antonio Chiarello. Timothy John Bailey. Caleb Joseph Charnley. Cody Riker Watson. Wyatt Lionel Paquin. Jordan Rose LaValle. Dunya Brackeniers. Taylor Meyer Harrison. Emily Ann Drilling. Jordan Taylor Sargent. Emily Elizabeth Reed. Mary Catherine Lacey. Adriana Ann Peters. Connor Douglas Gagne. Ian Aloysius Remino. Brian Terrain Slater. Riley Mitchell Carbone. Stephen Brian Valjavich. Matthew Timothy LaPlante. Brett Michael Lima. Willow Lynn Farley. Keegan Marie Berry. Destiny Marie Decato. Caitlin Florence Ann Mortrue. Maeve Marguerite Burwell. David Charles Torres. Michael Paul Bursey Jr. Francis Sylvain Small. Jacob William Blackie. Owen Shane Felty. Robert George Staff. Ryan Raymond Bartz. Calvin Franklin Freer. Matthew Stephen Downey. Adam Yuri Soika. Devin Brendan Puslussen. John Woods. Nathan Roy Hardy. Nicholas George Sweeney. Noah Andrew Witham. Jason Raymond Clay. Umet Karagavan. Ellis Connor Rowdy. Matthew Jeffrey Pluskus. Colby Robert St. Germain. Mark David Forgione.